What's goody YTBC? What's good, fight fans, boxing heads around the world? B Marsh with another boxing video. So my last video, I think on my post-fight review, when I did the post-fight review victory for Marius Briedis over Marco Huck, I said I got something I'm gonna talk about probably on my next vid about Tony Bellew. You know what I'm saying? And here we go. Let's get into it, man. Somebody got to explain to me what makes the man Tony Bellew an emeritus champion in the WBC. Somebody got to let me know what he's accomplished in his career ever to become a WBC emeritus champion. You know what I mean? You know, last time I checked, it's to be an emeritus champ, you got to be a guy who's probably been, who's the best in your division. You know what I'm saying? A guy with numerous title defenses, a guy who has even basically maybe even retired before he does anything else, before he fights anybody else. A guy who's retired and actually is given the emeritus status. When he comes back, if he do decide to unretire, he can come back and fight whoever's the current champion at the time. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, Tony Bellew hasn't accomplished none of these type of things, you know what I mean? Tony Bellew beat Elango Makabu for the WBC vacant title, right? Because Gregory Drizard was the real champion and he was injured, you know what I mean? And he was actually supposed to be fighting Makabu for a while, but he never got around to that fight because he claims he was injured. So the WBC gave him champion in recess status. I'm talking about Gregory Drizard. So Makabu versus Tony Bellew was for a vacant WBC title. Cool, that's all well and fine. Who was supposed to be this guy, Tony Bellew's next fight after that? He was supposed to fight his mandatory, Marius Briedis. He gave, they had a step-aside agreement, you know what I mean, between Tony Bellew and Marius Briedis, so Tony Bellew could make a voluntary defense, okay? Who does he pick to fight? He picks BJ Flores. Good fight, it only went 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Tony Bellew knocked him out, dropped him about 3 times. That's all well and fine, you know what I'm saying? But somebody got to tell me if beating Makabu and BJ Flores makes you an emeritus champion, you know what I'm saying? Even guys like Gregory Drizard have come out and said, this seems kind of strange to me that they'd give this guy Tony Bellew this status, you know what I mean? You check it. Who Gregory Drizard? He had beat some guy from Poland, Krzysztof Wildowski or something. Can't remember his name, but that guy held he held that title for many years. You know what I mean? From 2010 maybe till 2014. You check it. A guy like that, I would consider him more of an emeritus champion than, although he did lose a belt fair and square to Gregory Drizard in the ring. You know what I mean? But he has more claim and to say that he's an emeritus champion before Tony Bellew. So, in my opinion, this is a political play, like I said in the previous video when I did mention that Tony Bellew has now been granted emeritus status. Looks like a political play. Looks like ever since Tony Bellew did that movie for the Rocky movie, where the WBC title was featured in that movie, it seems like like Eddie Hearn and Bellew might have the WBC in their pocket. I can't claim for sure. I don't have proof of this, but it's kind of bit just the way they've been showing it, man. Just the way things been going down for Tony Bellew. It's like this man is winning, you know what I mean? Like he can't do no wrong, in my opinion, Tony Bellew's been only a world champion one time. He's never been a champion before in any other division. He's had only one title defense of the WBC strap, you know what I mean? He's not Bernard Hopkins, Vitaly Klitschko, or Floyd Mayweather, These are guys who were given emeritus status at some point in time. I was surprised even a guy like Danny Garcia that was given emeritus status, but Danny Garcia was the lineal champion and the best fighter at 140 when he reigned, you know what I mean? He might have had a couple losses, that we thought as boxing fans he lost and got gift decisions. But the fact is he was undefeated and, he did represent the WBC strong with all them title defenses he had, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Especially when he beat Eric Morales, who was another guy who was granted emeritus status at some point. But, a guy like Tony Bellew, in my opinion, no, I don't think you don't get emeritus status for beating David Hayap. No. an injured David Hay at that. And it was a big win. I'm not taking away any credit from the man, Tony Bellew, but I think, like I said, this is a political play. Fellas like Gregory Drizzard, the man been champion in recess for a while. I don't know if he's ever going to fight again, you know what I'm saying? It'd be nice for him to fight Tony Bellew, you know what I'm saying? Because Breedis is not the champion. So the WBC got to get things in order. Is Drizzard still the champion in recess? Is Tony Bellew is an emeritus champion? And the real champion right now is Marius Breedis. So there's a lot of confusion going on there. But in my opinion, Tony Bellew should not, I repeat, he should not be an emeritus champion. You know what I mean? He's done nothing to deserve this status. And like I said, the last guys who have been given this status was guys like Floyd Mayweather and Vitaly Klitschko. And these guys dominated their divisions. And, these guys were the best of the best in their divisions. I can't quite say the same about a guy like Tony Bellew, who didn't even fight his mandatory, and Marius Breedis, who's the champion right now. B Marsh Boxing, let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this. And let me know if you think Tony Bellew should be granted this emeritus champion status, and does he deserve it? I'm out. B Marsh Boxing 1.